Welcome back, everyone, for the third edition of the Bourbon Judge. Today, we're going to go ahead and review Backbone Bourbon. So let's go ahead and look at this one. Let's look at the front of the bottle. So this is Backbone Bourbon Uncut. Look at the back. Some great info. All right, so let's give you some info on Backbone Bourbon. So Backbone Bourbon themselves, when you think of the name Backbone, so that they named the company after the hardworking people of the Midwest and of America, right? So the backbone of America. Also, the bourbon is actually is distilled in Indiana, and then it's bottled actually in Kentucky. So that's what goes into Backbone Bourbon. They really make so Backbone is not like your larger distiller, right? They truly make about 3 different types of bourbon. The first one is the Uncut, which we'll get into a little bit. The second one is one called Prime, and then the third one is a rye. But when we think about this this Backbone Bourbon, the Uncut, literally this bourbon is aged about 6 years, and it's 118 proof. So literally, they take the bourbon from the barrel to the bottle. So there's no diluting of the bourbon. They do not add water for this version. Like I said before, there's a version called Prime. That one is a blended whiskey and so forth. But this one is truly taking the bourbon from the barrel directly to the bottle, right? And hence the reason why we have a stronger proof. So very strong, very bold, great flavor. Let's talk about this one from a price standpoint. You can find Backbone anywhere from about $55 to $65. So it's a little bit up there from a price standpoint. And then from availability, it is a bit challenging enough to find. As an example, I go to about 20 different liquor stores, typically on the norm, and I think I find it at like maybe 2. So that's like 10% of the time that you'll find it. So it's pretty hard to find. However, I will say, and maybe a bit of a recommendation for you guys out there, if you find something that you really like, or you're trying to find something as a whole, try to make friends with your local liquor store owner. He or she typically has a really good relationship with the larger or even the distilleries as a whole, so they typically can find things for you, and that's helped me in the past as well. So just a bit of some insight for you. So let's go ahead and just take a quick peek at this one. So from a color, nice. This is great. Dark brown, very nice, very deep dark brown. And you can tell the color is so dark because obviously, number one, the aging for 6 years, but then number 2, being uncut, you have that very strong bourbon. So let's go ahead and get into the smell. Ooh, very, very smoky. Very deep, earthy, just not a lot of sweetness, no fruit, right? No, which you smell in most bourbons, but not in this one. Maybe some vanilla. Very, 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 very smoky though. All right, let's get to the best part. Let's taste it. Woo! All right. This is definitely strong, folks. you feel it going down, right? You feel that burn. You feel the hair in your chest just raising, right? But what was interesting though is that I didn't smell this, but I did taste it though. There's definitely some butterscotch. You taste that, some very small notes of it, but you do taste that. But let's go ahead and finish it. The best part. Nice bourbon, really good bourbon to sip. Really good. All right, folks. Well, I think we needed a judgment, right? A judgment is due, right? So you see, bourbon judge. Do I buy it? Do I leave it on the shelf? What do I do? The verdict's in. This is a split decision. So what that means, if you are newer to trying bourbon, meaning that you've tried 2 or 3 different types, maybe you still drink bourbon on the rocks, which is nothing wrong with that, this is not the bourbon for you. It's not. However, if you're an avid bourbon drinker, sipper, and you really enjoy bourbon, and you've been drinking bourbon for a long time, and you really can handle it, then I would say go ahead and go out and get this bourbon. Absolutely worth it. Thank you, folks, as always, for joining the Bourbon Judge. Next week, we're going to bring back something from the Buffalo Trace line. So a lot to choose from, but you'll find out next week. And as always, please subscribe to the channel. Do appreciate that. And we'll see you next week, folks. Take care. Have a good day.